Thank you, Allison. You may be relieved to know that I am the final act. I am the last person up here who is bringing a warm welcome to all of you new students, those members of the class of 2014 and others who have recently arrived. And of course, I'd like to extend that welcome also to parents, families, and friends, because you too are becoming members of the Gettysburg College community. Before I speak to our new students, I would like to say a few words to those of you who are parents. This is a big day, it's an important day, and I know for many of you it's an emotional day. I am the parent of 3 recent college graduates. I recognize that this is a very big moment, and I want to thank you for entrusting your students to us. I know how much you want everything to go well for your sons and daughters here at Gettysburg, and I want to assure you we want the same thing. We share your high opinions of them, and I know that as we get to know them over the coming years, our already great affection for and enthusiasm about this wonderful group of students will continue to grow. So while it might be a little hard for you as parents to let go a bit, please know that your daughters and sons are entering a community that will embrace them, that will challenge them, that will push them, that will care for them, and that is committed to their intellectual and personal development. And now to you students, class of 2014. I'm wondering what you're feeling right now. I'm looking at you, I can tell some of you are just plain hot. Some of you might feel excited, motivated, inspired, and if you feel that way, that's terrific, and I will try to preserve that feeling through these last few minutes. But for those of you who are feeling hot or preoccupied or antsy, I'm not going to be up here all that long. First, though, let me give you just a little bit of historical context. Professor Boyer noted that our founding father of Gettysburg College was a man named Samuel Simon Schmucker, hence the name of the building over here that houses our conservatory and our art gallery and part of our visual arts department, Schmucker Hall. He founded the college in 1832. That makes you the 179th class to enter Gettysburg College, which, by the way, was known in the beginning as Pennsylvania College. So you truly are joining a long line of students who have attended this great college. I myself was in that long line of students, not quite back in Samuel Simon Schmucker's time, but it was more than a few years ago. And I never suspected that I would return to this place to spend a career as a faculty member and to be appointed its president. Neither would I have imagined when I was a student, like you are right now, that one day I would have an office right here in this building behind me, Pennsylvania Hall, a building that was built in 1834 and that served as a hospital following the Battle of Gettysburg. As you spend time on this campus, you will hear some ghost stories. I have never seen a ghost in Pennsylvania Hall, however. In fact, we're a short walk from where Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of the National Cemetery in the fall following the battle. I bet most of you don't realize that Lincoln would most likely not have come to Gettysburg for this event were it not for the initiative, a word that Allison just used, were it not for the initiative of another person in that long line of Gettysburg students, David Wills. Following his graduation from Gettysburg College, David Wills practiced law here and lived right in the center of town. He was asked by Pennsylvania Governor Curtin to take action following the battle to establish an appropriate cemetery for those who had fallen. Wills bought the land, hired the architect, worked with the governor to design the dedication ceremony, and wrote to President Lincoln inviting him to say a few appropriate remarks as part of the cemetery's dedication. Tomorrow evening, we will all walk together to the cemetery as students did back in November of 1863, and we'll hear from Lincoln scholar and award-winning author Michael Burlingame, winner of the 2010 Lincoln Prize. Beginning with today, the next 4 years here will set a course for the rest of your life. There's a lot in store for you here. There's hundreds of courses, more than 40 majors, exceptionally distinguished faculty who are here because they are scholars in their fields who love to teach. We have abundant off-campus study programs, public service opportunities, more than 120 student organizations. There is so much to do here, and no two of you will have the same experience. But the way you do it will become your unique Gettysburg experience. Your job is to design an experience that challenges you to think about the world differently, to think about yourself differently, and that will enable you to become an active participant and leader in a rapidly changing world. Though the things you each choose to do here at Gettysburg will vary, there are two aspects that should be central to all of your Gettysburg experiences. One of those you just heard about, and I'm going to say another couple of words about it, and that is initiative. And the second is integrity. Taking initiative here at Gettysburg comes in many forms. It consists of going to see a faculty member to ask a question or to continue a class discussion. It consists of wandering over to audition for our musical groups. It consists of investigating what kinds of experiences you might find if you get involved with the Center for Public Service. It consists of going to the off-campus studies office to inquire about study abroad opportunities. It consists of speaking out against an injustice. It also consists of reaching out to a classmate who needs help or someone to talk to. But in every case, it requires you to initiate action. To make the most of your Gettysburg experience, you must initiate action. And integrity. I'd like to simply reinforce what you've already heard here today. We expect Gettysburg students to act with integrity. We expect honesty, not only in your academic work, but in your interactions with other members of this community. We expect you to act with respect and with honor. We expect you to earn the trust of others. And where will these next 4 years take you? What will you have to show in 4 years? Well, if you've done your work well, and we've done ours, in 4 years, you will have learned how to translate this wonderful liberal arts experience into the ability to think creatively, the ability to solve problems, the ability to speak and write and articulate what is important, the ability to understand and appreciate diverse perspectives, the ability to translate your education into action in your professions, in your communities, and in society, to become activists in the world, advocates for human rights, global citizens, scientists, business persons, researchers, lawyers, physicians, teachers, social workers, individuals who act with great integrity and who make a positive difference in our world. Every one of you has the potential to make a positive difference, to make a significant contribution. To quote our 2010 commencement speaker, Robert Egger, President and CEO of the DC Central Kitchen, "You have been called Generation Next, but I must respectfully disagree with that timeline. From where I stand, looking out at you today, you are Generation Now. Your country needs you now. The world needs you now." Students, your time at Gettysburg has arrived. Your time is now. Thank you.